let's talk about arpeggiating your way through a song, because this is very important for all aspects of your guitar playing, but it's it's incredibly vital when you're playing in an exposed context in a guitar trio where there's not another guitar and there's not a piano. Because this will really help you outline the chord changes so that it'll sound like someone's playing chords when no one is actually playing chords behind you. So, for example, let me give it to you over a 12-bar blues, and you'll see I'm just playing the notes in the chord, so that's what an arpeggio is. This B flat 7, our friend here are the notes in that chord. It has a B flat, a D, an F, and an A flat. It doesn't matter what order they're played in the chord. When you play the arpeggio, you're going to play it in sequence. So, right? So B flat, D, F, A flat. Except I'm not going to go up this high because I'm going to stay in position for each shape, so it would give me something like this. Then we go to the E flat chord. And then B flat, okay? Right? So everywhere you are on the neck, you should learn how to play these. This is something that I talk about in my book, Guitar Arpeggio Studies on Jazz Standards. And this is something that I show you that for everywhere you have a chord, you have an arpeggio that goes with it. And so you have to learn to move between them, between all the different chords that are happening. So if I've got a blues, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, B flat, E flat, B flat, F minor, B flat, E flat, repeat, E flat, B flat, G7, C minor, F7, B flat, G, C, F. So there I played all the way through. And, if you want to put a little swing in it, you get... and leave out a few notes. Okay, so that was moving all the way through a blues, and just really articulating the arpeggio tones all the way through. Let me give you an example through another thing. Let me take a minor 2-5-1 again in A minor. So I've got 3 chords I'm going to arpeggiate: A minor, B minor 7 flat 5, and E7, giving me something like this. And again, you would play this very, very slowly. When I was first working on these arpeggios, guys, I took it at a turtle clip. So it's going to be something like this. You hear how I'm really outlining those chord changes at a faster clip, even at a slower clip. You can hear that it sounds like the chords are being played, even though nobody's going. So no one's actually playing that behind me yet. So again, even without someone playing behind you, you can hear the chord changes. A lot of people ask me when they're first learning how to arpeggiate over changes, what notes do you target? Because you don't want to just... You want to have it make sense, right? So generally, you're trying to target the thirds of the chords, but you're also trying to accentuate the half-step relationships that exist between the arpeggios. Let's take this, for instance. Now that's just an A minor arpeggio, 1, 1, flat 3, 5. So A, C, E, A, C, E, A, C, okay? Okay, so when you look at those three notes, and now we have a B minor 7 flat 5. See, they actually share one note, which is the A. So, for example, I wouldn't want to do something like this. See, I eventually got to it, but I don't want that. I wouldn't want to start my B minor 7 flat 5 arpeggio on an A because that's a redundant note. It's already in the A minor chord. So I would want to try to do something like this. See, now that's an interesting thing. There I went to the F, which is the flat 5 of the B minor 7 flat 5, not the third, but it's a half step away from the E, so it made a distinct chord change. Listen again. Now, when I came to the E7 there, I did hit the third. That sounded very nice. So watch what I have then. Now, I could have gone, see, now I hit the third of the A minor chord. I could have gone down to the root. That's a little passé. I opted not to, and I went to the flat third, to the C there. So that's a very good sound. So I'm accentuating half steps and thirds, and that is really the best way to go about navigating through the arpeggios. Real easy to see on a blues, by the way, too. In that case, the target note from a B flat 7, B flat, D, F, A flat. The flat 7 of the A flat drops down to the G of the E flat chord. And you can even see it if you play your basic bar chord shapes. Right? So you're seeing. And then when I came back to the B flat, I hit the D, which is the third of the B flat chord. Again, guys, I can't stress, obviously I've been doing these a long time, so that's second nature for me, but I can't stress the fact that you have to take this stuff at a turtle clip as slow as possible. So, and do one arpeggio at a time. Don't even try shifting between two. Just get, for instance, the B flat 7 and work with the metronome. So if you have a metronome here, start with quarter notes. And then into eighth notes. And then maybe triplets. And then 16th notes. You know, and once you get the arpeggio down, you can also play your arpeggios with scale patterns. Right? And that stuff's good for, or all that stuff is great for building your technique as well. And it's also good for your ear training. So after you got the B flat 7 down, what's the next chord in the blues? The 4 chord, the E flat. So you would notice that the B flat 7, which has B flat, D, F, A flat, shares a note with the E flat 7, which is E flat, G, B flat, D flat. So they both have a B flat in them. So this is where you hear people, right? As it's, now It's an old Chuck Berry lick, I think. It's like Johnny Be Good. So I'm playing the B flat over both chords. So why is that working? Because it's a common tone for both. So you got. So it's great if you want to play, have one note to play over both chords. But in a different way to approach it, if you want to sound like you're changing chords without anybody playing behind you, that's where you want to go to the thirds. And you get something like B flat, E flat. So you can really hear the chords changing there, articulating the thirds between the chords and half-step relationships.